Amber here. You know what would tickle me in my special place? If you would subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Now, enjoy. I want to bring in Robert back. Welcome back, Robert. All right. So, Robert, do you have a question? Do you have a question for Lee?
Yeah, I do. Wow, I've been ferociously writing here. We should absolutely connect and talk offline because there are many connections there.
I'd love that.
I loved a couple of things that you said, and one thing that really spoke to my heart was you were talking about how your journey is to be an ally to all the letters in the alphabet, and I love that. That spoke to me so much because I think in the scope of where we are now in social media, everyone is so in need of one thing that I get all the time, and I see you have on your screen. What are your pronouns? And everyone has their own opinion about that. And I always say to people, if you're under the age of 18, it's Mr. Blackmon. If you're over the age of 18, you can call me Robert. Those are my pronouns. And the reason that I do that is because I try to break the barrier or the stereotype of people getting comfortable to labeling me, because we're so used to having to understand why. And sometimes we are just fluid. And so I just wanted to know, how are you able to, with what you do with other literary people like me, how are you able to lend your allyship and your fluidity to just accepting what is, as opposed to figuring out how to make it into a box?
So yeah, I put my pronouns there because I think it's a really easy thing that I can do as a cisgendered guy to be really clear that I understand that I cannot make assumptions about other people's pronouns based on how they look or what their name is.
Absolutely.
And also it helps people that are gender nonconforming or are trans or are intersex or anything outside of the gender binary know that I'm a safe person. I hope they know that I'm a safe person, because I want to be a safe person.
Right.
And I figured that that's like one of the easy things that I can do. And I know that not everyone feels safe or comfortable putting their pronouns, but I do. And I feel like that's one of the little things that I can do to be a lighthouse in a funny way. Like I talk about books in libraries a lot, and how some books are lighthouses. Some books have like the word gay on the cover, like mine, right? And a big rainbow flags.
Right.
And some books have lanterns inside them that just sort of mention that there's queer things about the people. And I think we need both. And I think that for people as well, like, you know, for things like the pronouns, like I'm really happy to be a lighthouse about the pronouns, but I'm a cisgendered guy, and it's like, oh, how can I stand up? And I have to say, Robert, you reminded me, talking about the allyship. So doing all the research, the person I was most obsessed with is Bayard Rustin, who was this gay Black activist in the civil rights movement, who was really integral in, like, he was the person that taught Martin Luther King Jr. about the theory of nonviolent protest.
Okay.
He was the one that organized the March on Washington, where Dr. King gave that amazing "I Have a Dream" speech. But nobody knows about Bayard because he was gay. He was openly gay. So he was interviewed in, I think it was 1986. And I just have to read you, because I'm all about, like, I want the primary sources.
No,
so,
I'm loving this, because the book it's a lighthouse. Because I was very uncomfortable about, as I was telling Amber before, about inserting myself into the book, but you only get half of the story if you don't include my story, and if I don't talk about my journey and my husband's journey and how we navigated through it, people aren't getting the full story. So I love how you frame that by lighthouse. So please share that, if you would.
Okay, so Bayard was asked if he had any advice for other Black gay activists, and he said, well, I think the most important thing I have to say is that they should try to build coalitions of people for the elimination of all injustice. Because if we want to do with the injustice to gays, it will not be done because we get rid of the injustice to gays. It will be done because we are forwarding the effort for the elimination of injustice for all, injustice to all. And we will win the rights for gays or blacks or Hispanics or women within the context of whether we are fighting for all. I love that. Heart emojis everywhere.
True. It's absolutely true.
All right.
I mean,
So
we're either fighting for everybody or we're not.
Lee, do you have a question for Robert?
I do, Robert. First of all, what a moving story, and thank you for sharing it and publishing it. So they talk a lot about, you know, near-death experiences changing how people live their life, and you know, to almost lose a parent in the way that you did. I'm really curious. Did it change anything about how you live your life?
Yes. So one of those lighthouse moments in the book is that I had to really be honest in an uncomfortable way about telling family secrets. I had to explain that my relationship with my mother has been a rocky one, and that's uncomfortable. I had to explain that we were actually just sort of coming together again for the third or fourth time after being distant just before she was intubated. And so these very uncomfortable conversations helped me and her, my mom, forge a new relationship. We can't do anything to change the past. And unless we are very honest with each other about where we are and accept each other for exactly all the warts that we both have, we're still going to be on that, you know, hamster habit trail doing the same crap all over again. And so for me, what it has taught me is that the open heart that I always have tried to have, it's even bigger. It's even more expansive to the knowledge that people do the best they can where they are. And even if we think that somebody else is a complete screw up, if we think that somebody else is completely corrupt or whatever, for whatever their reasons are, they're doing the best they can for them. I don't have to like it, but if I want them to respect me, I have to respect the decisions they're making. Doesn't mean I have to be friends with them or anything, but I need to be respectful because I need respect in return. So for my mom and I, we have this newfound relationship, but we also have this newfound humility within ourselves. And in fact, just as I was having my segment with Amber, my phone lit up and my mom sent me a text. And if you guys don't mind, I can't believe I'm sharing this. My mom sent me this text. So I've sent her the book and all of her friends have it because a lot of her friends are a part of the story. Their pictures are in the book. They actually kind of helped me through the process. And so she basically says, I just wanted to say thank you for all that you and my husband, Martin, for all that you've done to support me in writing the book. You guys are so amazing. I've read it 3 times and I cry every time I read it. I get calls every day about how amazing the book is. And I thank God for you. Love, Mommy. And I just like, when my mom would have written something like, I love you before COVID, I would have probably gone, oh, that's sweet. Yeah, that's my mom. But when I read this, I know that she has been through a year of hell. I know that only by divine design is she here to make a difference and change lives and viewpoints, even if they're my own and hers. And so it's definitely made me a different kind of person. And I live more in gratitude because of it.
And there's a healing there, Robert, and that I think resonates with what I was talking about like for me doing the research for my book was a healing, right?
Yes.
Like knowing that I wasn't the only gay boy in the world that liked other boys. Like there's a healing there, and I think it's a very hopeful message that, you know, people do change. We can change ourselves, and we can heal our inner kids that didn't get what they needed now, and we can hopefully pay it forward so kids today, and just everybody today can be better than we had it.
Lee and Robert, thank you so much for coming in tonight. fascinating. Great show for Pride Day. You guys really said some really nice things that
Thank
we're
you,
all going to be
Amber.
thinking about. Great
Thanks
books.
for the
Can't wait to read
opportunity, Amber.
books. Yes, yes. Have a nice day and evening.
Thank you. You too. Happy
Thank
Pride,
you.
everybody.
Happy
Yes,
Pride.
happy Pride. Thanks for watching. We love our fans, but you know who we love more? Our subscribers. Yes, yes, yes. So why don't you go right now and push that subscribe button? Then you'll know when we release our new videos, and we release new ones every week. Yes, and while you're at it, leave a comment. And you know what? One of my overworked interns just might respond to you. Oh, what the heck? If I'm bored, I might even write back to you. Wouldn't that be great? And while you're at it, tell all your friends to watch Amber Live every Sunday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Thank you.